Welcome, brothers and sisters. We welcome you to the ministry of Truth Unsealed, where truth shall set you free. I am joined by my brother, and he may say his greetings.
Greetings to all brothers and sisters. Welcome to Truth Unsealed. Glad to be with you on this ministry.
Yes, and our topic today will be on the need to stay alert. This is very important to every believer out there, brothers and sisters. We have to have a need to stay alert.
And as brothers and sisters in faith, we have to be aware of who our adversary is and his tactics. That's the main topic.
First Peter chapter 5 at verse 8, it says, "Be alert, be on the watch. Your enemy the devil roams around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour." Now, brothers and sisters, in First Peter chapter 5 at verse 8, we are told that we have to be vigilant because our enemy the devil roams around looking for someone he may devour. Now, let us understand what Peter here, who is Peter here telling? Because the devil already has devoured those who do not believe. Now, when he's roaming around looking for someone to devour, who are the scripture referring to?
We personally believe, brothers and sisters, and I'm sure that you will also agree, that those outside Elohim's house are already devoured.
That's true.
They do not think as we think. But we who are inside the house of Elohim are those people whom he's looking to devour. And that is why in the house of Elohim, it is very necessary that we be alert to everything that the devil is trying to put us off Elohim's will. We must be very alert.
Brothers and sisters, here are some of the things that the devil uses to put us off of the will of Elohim. Number one on the list is family and friends. Now, brothers and sisters, our families and our friends, sometimes it is hard for us to accept that some of them, actually all of them, they cannot hear us what we are telling them, no matter how much we try. So the devil uses them as a way, as a pawn to take us off of the will of Elohim. Why? Because of our love for them. These are the people that we have long relationship with. It may be our parents, it may be our husbands and wives, it may be our long-time friends. These are the people that the devil, in many ways and in many times, uses to take us off of the way of Elohim. Here is an example.
There was once a boy in a village that we stay in, whom was struggling against homosexuality, the spirit of the devil. And as we met him, we tried by all means, by the power of Elohim, to put away those evil spirits inside of the boy. And that is when we tried to rescue the boy, we saw that his family began now spreading evil about us to the boy, and those near the boy started spreading false rumors, false accusations against us to make the boy have doubts about the truth of Elohim, which we were revealing to him.
And that is when, brothers and sisters, many of our own family members started telling the boy to never come near us, to never walk with us again, because of the truth that we were revealing to this boy. Now, we understood that It was not them, because we are not fighting against flesh and blood, but we were fighting against evil spirits and principalities. We were fighting against the devil. That is when we understood that it was the devil that was using those people, the boy's family members and our own family members, to fight against the will of Elohim for the boy. And today, as we speak, the boy is devoured by the evil one. Now he is no longer speaking evil against us. He is no longer accusing us. There is no one to accuse us or to say anything evil, because of the boy is devoured.
So by this great example, brothers and sisters, you can see how Satan can use one's family to make one depart from Elohim's will. So that is why we must be careful of our families, siblings, friends, those around us. We must be careful and watchful, for the devil, who has power over them, can use them.
Now on number 2, it will be of the worries of this world.
Now on this tactic he uses on believers, the worries of this world. He uses them in many ways due to our own situations. Some he may use this worry and put on thoughts inside our mind about finances. An example of finances is worrying to pay your house rent, worrying to pay your bills or maintenance. Those are the worries that Satan uses against believers. It is not you who just thinks these things inside your mind. It is Satan who is casually, continually bringing them up on your mind, so that you can focus rather on these things rather than focusing on Elohim's will on your life. You will focus more on worrying, you will focus more on finances rather than seeking help to Elohim and not worrying about the stresses of today.
We know, brothers and sisters, the pressures of this life today, they can overwhelm us. But it is important for us as believers in Elohim and His Messiah that we trust in Elohim only. We put our trust and faith in Him. We know that it is very difficult. Some of us can find difficulties in maintaining our children. Some of us may find ourselves in many troubles, but it is important for us to trust in Yah. Yah alone will provide for us a way so that we may not be like the people who do not believe in Him. We have a way, and we have our Father who takes care of us abundantly. So, do
not be afraid or terrified. Yahuwah, your mighty Elohim, will protect you from every corner.
That is what you must believe in, brothers and sisters. Number 3 will be on the fear of isolation. Now, today, many of us believers, we are experiencing isolation, especially from those we previously were close to. Our families, our siblings, our mothers, our fathers, our friends. Today we find them isolating themselves from us.
And brothers and sisters, the devil loves to use the fear of isolation to make us depart away from the will of Elohim. He uses them to make us feel like we are on the losing team, and they are on the winning team because of they are many, and surrounding you they are many, but you are alone in faith and you are different. So he may use that fear of isolation to make you depart away from the truth.
For having fear of being isolated or losing the ones you previously loved can cause us to compromise, which brings us to number 4, which is compromising.
Now, as we said in number 3, the fear of isolation. Fear, he uses fear into our hearts, and when we have fear, that is when we compromise. The start of fear is Satan's greatest tactic to make us compromise.
And when we compromise, we start to be lukewarm. We start to stand on the side of the bench and say, no, I don't belong on the right side, I don't belong on the left side. You compromise. You start to indulge in the things of the world. You start to be, instead of receiving persecution, you are now friends with the world. And it is the devil who has made you compromise because of fear of being isolated from the world. Remember, the scriptures tells us that we are to be a part of this world. We are the chosen ones. We are the ones who are apart from the people of this world. We are being dedicated to Elohim. Now, when we start to compromise, we start to become friends with this world. And that is many of the ways that Satan uses to devour the believers.
And brothers and sisters, we should not compromise. We should know whom we stand by. Do not have fear of isolation. When you're with a person, you must show whom you stand by. Are you cold or are you warm? Do not be lukewarm. Do not compromise.
Number 5 is the seed of doubt. Now, the enemy is the planter of seed in our hearts and minds. Many of us believers, Satan plants seeds that causes us to doubt. And when we begin to doubt in the Most High, it causes us to be blinded, because of the Most High is the Most High and His power is without limit. We believers should not have doubt on the Most High, but Satan plants seeds in our hearts that causes us to doubt through many ways.
And my brothers and sisters, one of the ways Satan uses his seed of doubt in us, it is when we doubt the power of Elohim. It is when we are still waiting patiently for Elohim to answer us. But in our hearts, Satan plants a seed that makes us impatient to Elohim's answer to our prayers. And in doing so, the hardship and struggles come in, because now we will be battling against Elohim because of the seed that Satan has planted in your heart. You will start to be impatient, question Elohim, and have doubts.
Doubts, brothers and sisters, can cause us many troubles. We can start moving in our own way instead of trusting in Elohim's way. Like the children of Yasharel, when they were in the wilderness, when they were supposed to trust in Elohim's way and to let Him lead them to victory. Instead of letting Him lead them to victory, they trusted in their own ways, and they started to do what? To have doubts in their hearts, and they started to complain. Doubts causes complaint, and Elohim does not like it or take pleasure or is pleased when we have doubt.
So, brothers and sisters, you must be careful of the seed of doubt that Satan wants to plant in your heart so as to make you doubt Elohim and now start to question Elohim. It has happened to many of us. Even I myself will admit that it has happened to me. But now realizing that this is one of Satan's tactics to devour us, I am now careful of the seed of doubt that Satan wants to plant into our heart.
Now, brothers and sisters, those are the 5 ways that Satan uses to devour believers in these days that we are living in. So be careful. We did not mention some of the things that Satan uses, but you must be aware that Satan has tactics, he has plans, he has ways in which he uses to devour many of the believers. So be aware, be watchful, be alert at all times, because your adversary, the devil, roams around like a roaring lion looking for whoever he may devour. 1 Peter chapter 5 at verse 10. But after you have suffered for a little while, the Elohim of all grace, who calls you to share his eternal glory in union with Christ, will himself perfect you and give you firmness, strength, and a sure foundation. As the people of this world walk around blindly, we are the chosen people, set apart and chosen and dedicated to Yahuwah. You do not have to let your families, your friends, being isolated from the world make you lose the hope that we have in Elohim. All that put their faith in Elohim will not be disappointed.
Brothers and sisters, do not lose courage. You are not losing. You are actually on the winning side. Our salvation, our Messiah is near. Our salvation draws near. Have courage. You are winning victory. And by the grace of Messiah and by the grace of Elohim, our Father who is in heaven, may He strengthen you always.
Say this out loud, brothers and sisters. We are not losing. We are not on the losing team. We are of Yahuwah. We belong to victory. We thank you very much, brothers and sisters, for joining us today on this video. We promise to upload more videos. Stay patient with us and always remember that we belong to the victory. We are sons and daughters of Yahuwah. Stay safe, stay prayerful, and always seek Yah. We praise Yah always. Thank you.